I am not a member of ISIS, and I've not been abducted, okay? I'm sitting in my kitchen because I was supposed to be on a stage tonight doing my comedy for the first big time, big to me anyway, and I screwed up, okay? I show up at the wrong place, wrong time, wrong night, and I mean, I told fucking everybody where I was going to be. So I come home feeling like a fucking failure and shit, smoke a little weed, start feeling like Pete Davidson inside, and I decide, you know what, let me make a video, try to go on YouTube, see if I can get YouTube famous or whatever, and then get canceled like 2 days later and get this whole fucking thing over with. So anyway, I'm from Boston, right? Been living up here in New York for like 25 years. Go Yankees or whatever. I love the Yankees. I mean, how can you not love the Yankees after 9/11, right? You know, Rudy, when everybody liked him and shit, he's out there throwing the ball, you know, America, Yankees, and Oprah's in, and is at Yankee Stadium talking about these Yankees are keeping the world together. You know, they're keeping this city together and everything, right? And I got this friend, this really cute little old lady. She's like 75 years old. She's from the Bronx. Boogie down, baby. If you're from the Bronx, go ahead and boogie, or go out and fucking shoot each other or whatever you do these days. Go out and rob a bodega. No, don't. Actually do. You'll get away with it. Anyway, we're living in the purge over here, but she knows like everything about the Yankees and baseball. I mean, she is like, she might be knowing more about baseball than like Stephen A, right? If you don't know who Stephen A is, he is like the best like sports guy in the nation. Stephen A. Smith. I look up to him. I love Stephen A. They're always trying to cancel him because he says it like it is. And, you know, you don't have to agree with him, but live and let live is kind of like his, you know, way. I think, anyway, that's kind of what I interpret out of him, but is that he's a live and let live type of guy. You know, you do you and I'm doing me, right? But he's very smart when it comes to sports. I mean, if he says something's going down, bro, it's going down. Anyway, he's also a really good actor. He's on my show. He does these cameo roles as this character named Brick on General Hospital. I've been watching it my entire life, and I take it very fucking seriously, okay? This is my 1 hour a day. I go off in my little fantasy land, and then the hour ends, and I'm like, out of it. I like forget all about it till the next day. But he plays like this cybersecurity for like the mafia boss, Sonny's, like he's like his top guy, and he like puts out all the fires and he solves everything. He can find anybody and he figures everything out. And, you know, somebody gets shot and they need like antibiotics, and he can, you know, get the illegal antibiotics and they get saved and everything. And, you know, everybody finds their long lost mother, of course. They always hate each other in the beginning, or they need the bone marrow, and, you know, they always survive. And they've got like this very small police force in this city of Port Charles, New York, that doesn't exist yet. I'm still watching this show, and they've got like this new Luke and Laura couple, and they're adorable, and, you know, this characters are really going places. And anyway, it's if you need some, you know, stress relief, I don't know, watch you some General Hospital or some Young and the Restless or something. My boss, she's a doctor. She loves Young and the Restless. She's from Russia, right? And I make her crack up every day, and I'm telling you, it is like being able to make Vladimir Putin crack up. And she tolerates me, and she's a really good doctor. But, you know, if you need to learn English in America, the way to do it, if you can't afford like Babbel and shit, is watch soap operas or watch Friends. We have been watching Friends at work in the kitchen every day since I have been there. And sometimes we don't, but most days. And, you know, I know basically, you know, the ins and outs of every guest character that's ever been on. I mean, I know everything about Ross and Rachel, but I think Monica should have stayed with Richard, the doctor. Speaking of which, I got a thing for doctors, you know, working for them for all these years, and I just got out of a relationship about 3 months ago with a doctor. He broke up with me, by the way. It's a psychiatrist, right? Not mine, because he wouldn't take me as a patient, but he you know, broke my heart and everything, and I'm 43, he's 60, so obviously you can see my life's had some problems. I would be naturally drawn to a psychiatrist, and all I can say is I'm in here in my apartment crying, ooh, he broke my heart, and he did, but I realized one night, you know what, at least he's not Jared from Subway, right? And the ID channel, you know, I don't know, what do you ID as? an investigator. Apparently, most of America is like trans investigator now. I mean, I don't know about you, but I know nothing about the Idaho murders. I mean, I don't know what the sick fascination everybody has with this fucking story. Or like the chick from Long Island, the boyfriend whacked her or whatever in the wilderness or something. You know, I don't know why this is so fascinating to people and everybody wants to be a fucking detective. But I think that a lot of times you might be interfering with police work, and I think it could hurt the cases. Anyway, we all got to start being nicer to the police. You know, they've been pushed over the edge a little bit. So what I do when I get pulled over is I basically roll my window down, which I get pulled over a lot because being a Boston driver, I get that working against me. And I'm just not a good driver, okay? Like, if the cops are behind me, I start driving erratically to get away from them because they make me nervous. And so I get pulled over one day, and I roll my window down, and I go, do I need a lawyer like that? And the cop laughs, right? And it took the edge off the situation a little bit, and I did not get a ticket, actually. And I get out of the whole thing. And that's all you got to do, Americans. If you don't want to get shot by the cops, just be friendly to them when you roll your window down. Just be like, what's up, officer? How you doing? I mean, I don't know what would be had about that. And we got a lot of good cops. And we got, every institution has not good people in it. But for all these people that want to defund the cops, I hope you don't ever need them at your door. And they're unable to respond. Shit. I do believe that can happen. I mean, I live in New York where it's the fucking purge every day. If you want to get away with hurting people and robbing stores, you just come over here and, we're up there with Chicago. Laurie Lightfoot, the Penguin over there. I'm glad she's going too. I used to be like a Democrat, but I think I'm a libertarian now. I know I am. But these woke cities and everything with the crime sprees and the fucking drugs all over. Where I live, they got billboards up that say, they actually tell people like this: don't be ashamed you're using heroin. Be empowered you're using safely. I don't know what is empowering about doing heroin. How about encourage people not to do it at all? Because I know that's not a solution either. But, the problem is that little kids see these signs now. And when they get to be like, 11, 12, 13, when kids start to experiment with cigarettes and all that shit, they've seen this sign now for like a few years. It's been put in their head, and they think, oh, it's time to go do some heroin because I'm old enough now and I know how to do it safely, right? It's all fucking sick. You got the kids all wanting to kill each other at school. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that things are getting stranger. And so the doctor, back to me and the doctor, right? He's got this like Lester Holt vibe going on. He's an older half black man. And whenever I see Dateline, I pause Lester and I start fucking cracking up, right? And I text all my friends. I'm like, Dateline's on, right? And now you may never look at Lester the same again either. He's always got the best suits and the best shoes. But yeah, so the doctor got me to like really open up to him, right? And so, he knew that I'd spent my youth detained in this reformatory, this fucking hellhole, where I spent the time to get out of there up until 2018 on social media and other ways before social media existed of being a justice warrior. I was going to get justice like fucking Gloria Allred gets it, okay? I was pursuing justice about what happened to me at the Happiness Hills Correctional Institution. Like I survived, the fucking Selma Bridge attacks or whatever. One of those type things. And I saw down there what was happening to civil rights, and I realized, I was like 14, and I was like, Bill Maher's right about everything. And I knew it. I always watched him my whole life. I knew he was fucking spot on. I wish he would like invite Stephen A. on his show one night or something. And that would be like pretty good. I mean, so I'm hoping that my comedy can blow up faster than Elon's fucking helicopter shuttle or whatever it was. And he's going to be on Bill Maher Friday night, so check it out. I, of course, am secretly hoping Bill Maher will see this and know that I have been his biggest fan my whole life. His humor and his thinking, the stuff I was learning, is what got me through that place down south. Because I knew what my rights were, because Bill Maher had taught them to me on his shows and in his comedy. And I had a fucking sense of humor. So they would like lock me up in this quiet room down there, right? I would not be quiet though. I'm like a perpetual insomniac because they wouldn't let me sleep. I would get in so much trouble that they would, like Sal on Impractical Jokers when he bursts into the library, boom, and he bangs the things together. They would do stuff like that so you can't sleep, right? So they'd lock me in there and I'd be like, I'm not going to be quiet, like that. And anyway, that was a long time ago and I survived. And if it wasn't for my sense of humor, I probably would have killed myself a long time ago or been poisoned like Brittany Murphy or one of these people. Because, obviously I'm meant for stardom. And anyway, so I love to make people laugh, and I hope I did. Like, I make my boy, who's unfortunately a lifer, behind a wall at Dannemora. We write all the time, and I go, so what have you been doing for fun lately? You got any weekend plans and shit like that? And he's like, wow, man, you're fucked up. Like, I'm doing fucking life over here. How could you say that, Melissa? And I'm like, because it's funny. So I go up there a couple of times a year and visit, and I go look around one day, right? And I got the 75-year-old with me and everything. And I spot this individual, and I'm like, damn, this person looks familiar. I've definitely seen them on Lester Holt's fucking Dateline before. And it's Joel Rifkin, the serial killer. And immediately, I felt like Elaine on Seinfeld. Anyway, so my friend, she's agoraphobic, right? Or she used to be. It's hard for her to leave the house. She, struggles with social things. But I get her out. She will ride right up there with me. It's a long fucking drive, too. And we will ride up there, and she will walk right in behind the wall at Dannemora, and we see our friend, and, this person is not a terrible monster. It's unfortunate. Wrong place, wrong time type of situation. Nothing perverted. And, but, has to be there. So you can find some humor in the worst of circumstances. That's how you can survive. And have a good night, America. Don't fucking shoot each other, because if we need Canada to help us, they ain't gonna know. They fucking hate our guns. Like we care. Does anybody care anymore what people think about us as Americans? I don't. I don't give a shit. Maybe Tucker Carlson was right. Who knows? But at this point, I don't think anybody knows what's really going on, because we have this, like, war on citizens. And so basically, they're like, oh, the gun country next door, and those are the Americans. And, does that hurt our feelings? You think we don't know? Like, I would not... This is what I would say to a Canadian. You would be wise not to provoke someone from the gun country if you're so afraid of us. If you think that we're so... I wouldn't be going around provoking us. Anyway, I get high as a kite one night, right, on this good weed. And I decide I'm a rapper. And all of a sudden, I'm like... I bust out this rap, like, I'm from the gun country, bitch, where even the kids will bust out some clips. And I'm like, damn, I'm good, right? And I got this person close to me who lives in another country, and they rap a little bit. And so every time I come up with one of these things, I text them, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Like, I'm going to be in a studio, like I'm the next, like, Cardi B and shit. I love Cardi B. She's like, I'm so happy for her. She made it, man. And I don't like Kim Kardashian anymore. I used to think she was all right. Never watched her show. But I thought she was a good advocate, like, for prisoners, and that she was using her, public figureness or whatever to do some good. Then she hurt my boy Pete Davidson, and I was like, I don't like her no more. Nope. And like Pete, and he's going to be hosting Saturday Night Live next weekend. And see y'all later. That was like my old Southern voice I used to do. No. I will see whoever comes to my actual show next Thursday between 8 and 10 p.m. at the Lark Tavern in Albany, New York.